Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast, Season 2, Episode 38. Proudly brought to you by our friends at St. Anthony Tire and Auto.
New sponsor alert, St. Anthony Tire and Auto Center is a proud supporter of your Wondering Dutchman podcast. St. Anthony Tire and Auto Center is more than just tires and autos, though. For instance, let's talk trailers. From Homesteader to Heartland, they've got it all. Dump trailers, utility trailers, enclosed trailers, tilt trailers, and more. Need maintenance or repairs? Their service team has got you covered. Speaking of experience, their service team boasts multiple members with over 30 years of experience working on UTVs, ATVs, lawnmowers, and more. From routine maintenance to complex repair, they've got the skills to keep your machines running smoothly. And did we mention anything about vehicles yet? They also specialize in large-scale and auto repairs and services, from engine and transmission replacements to tire changes. Our mechanics are EFI certified and ready to tackle any challenge, not just tires and oil changes, my friend. So what are you waiting for? Call 812-326-2550 to schedule an appointment or learn more about what we can provide for you. Visit them at 3991 East State Road 64, St. Anthony, Indiana, 47575. Look for the historic white brick building just off of the highway. They're proud to be a veteran-owned small business serving our community with top-quality products and exceptional service. Stop by and see them today and tell them the Dutchman sent you.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchman podcast coming to you from a Snoop Dogg D-O-double-G wine cellar. Go.
Came in a little hot there.
Came in hot, blew our ears out.
Holy
We had a
moly.
bottle of Snoop D-O-double-G crime wine,
Golly.
California Red,
Cali.
Cali Red.
Yeah.
La-di-da-di-da.
La-di-da-di-da. Even though
We likes
Snoop,
to potty.
even though
I was
Snoop
thinking of
would,
that Dre song.
like we observed, why
it
you
would
would be a part
probably
of a
have
red
a
wine when Snoop was part of
Cali
the
Blue.
LBCs.
Yeah.
He's a Crip.
Yeah, so the Long Beach to
Blue
be
rag
exact.
on the left side. Yeah, that's the
Crip
Crip
side.
side. Are we allowed to make gang references on YouTube?
Well, we just
Sure.
did.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Do what
Wandering
we
Dutchman.
want.
Welcome to the Wandering Dutchman podcast, proudly presented to you by St. Anthony Tire and Auto. We are here in Smoker's Lounge for episode 2, not episode 2, season 2, episode 38, which is before 39, but after 37, Smoker.
That's right, Esquire.
So
Good
we are
work.
here. If you're listening to us on Friday morning, happy Friday to you. If you're listening
Gosh,
to
I
us,
love Fridays, boys.
I know you do. If you're listening to us any other time, Smoke likes those days, but not as much as what he likes Friday. And a little bit of wine, and next thing you know, big fella's letting the collar loose.
I'm letting the beef out.
I think
the
I'm going to
buttons.
be a wino. This is only the second time I've really drank much wine, if it anything to speak of.
Wait till the hangover comes after one night of too much wine. Sitting across from me, sporting the maroon golfing polo with all the buttons down, sipping him a little bit of the Cali Red from Snoop D-O-double-G. With the mustache and messy hair is our buddy, Zachary David Masner.
Oh, shizzle.
Sitting in the middle with the turquoise and a little bit of glistening of sweat accumulating on that forehead.
That's the wine.
Seeing the world through the rose-colored glasses is our buddy David Allen Smoker, and your unofficial host of this shit show, yours truly, Esquire. We're here in the lounge, and before we get into it, Matt Krieg wants to tell you about his little business he's got going on.
Let's take a listen.
September is National Life Insurance Month. But you know what? You don't have to wait until September to talk to our buddy Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance. Life insurance can be a tough topic. How much do you need? How much does it cost? What are the right plans for me? All great questions, and Matt Krieg can answer all of them. Give Matt a call today.
All righty. Big thank you to our buddy Kriego.
Hell
You don't have to wait till September to go talk to him. Talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, not tomorrow if you're listening to this on Friday. It's
he won't
Saturday.
be
He's a
in the
family
office
man.
yet.
Yeah, he's a family man. But he'll get back to you on Monday for sure.
Right.
Let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. Complete failure on Friday.
Why?
Well, everybody else in this freaking county. Got to see the Northern Lights.
That's
I got it
on the
lit
list.
up.
But I'll tell you what happened, Smoke. Here's what happened to me because I run a busy schedule.
I called.
I
tried.
I know. I run a
tried.
tight schedule.
Tight shit.
And all the rain that we had the past couple weeks, we were finally able to have ball practice. We had ball practice. Zoe also had a softball game for a makeup. Shout out to the 6U Flames, Coach Matt Noblet,
And a baby.
Coach Tyler Windholt, Coach Abby Windholt as well, keeping the squad moving. Unfortunately, by the time we got done with practice, got back, got everybody down, I was tuckered out. And I told Janelle, I said, hey, Hawaii baseball's on at 12:30. I'm going to stay up for that, watch maybe a few innings, and we'll just watch this game, whatever it was. Could have been playoff NBA, playoff hockey, or college. I think it was college baseball. And 9:02 was the last time I had any recollection of the time.
90210.
Oh, that guy became a NASCAR driver or some sort of driver.
No idea.
No, don't think so.
That
So I was out at 9:00.
That was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in my
thanks,
life.
bud.
Man, I tried.
I was talking to my buddy Clyde, and he was like, "Yeah, I looked out, didn't see shit. I guess it was trees." I was like, "Did you look through your phone?" He was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Gosh, dang it,
Right.
Clyde."
Okay. So when I had heard about it, just like
Everybody heard about
everyone else. And then after our game that night, Evelyn had a game that night, a makeup game. Me and my children, plus the Shirley boy, and then we met Mr. Pinkstaff and his two little girls at a local Mexican establishment, eatery there in town, in Huntingburg.
You like that one?
Sounds good.
Yeah, it ain't bad. It's not. It's different, So we went there to eat, and like they've got TVs everywhere. Obviously, they were playing Cops, which they always play Cops in there.
Sweet.
And my kids are absolutely locked in on Cops. They're like, "What are they going to do? Why do they have their guns out?" I'm like, "Because it's Cops, and that's what
bust a cap.
That's what they always
Do you remember
do.
when they tried to cancel Cops?
Yeah.
Shit, you can't cancel Cops.
But anyway, they had Fox News or one of the CNN or one of the other news outlets that was on the other television, and they were talking about this
Telemundo.
No, it was not Telemundo. Geomagnetic storm that was going to take place, which was going to cause
Aurora Borealis.
yeah, they seen. I follow a St. George page on Facebook, and they were. I mean, they could see them.
Did you hear
Down there.
Joe Rogan talking about this? So,
No,
like, there was a bad one of these in like 1892.
really.
And then, like, so what happens with these solar flares, apparently,
Mhm.
is you get an immediate rush of whatever magnetic radiation causes the Aurora Borealis effect.
Mhm.
Okay. And then days or even weeks later, you get blasted with gamma rays. And in the 1890s, this happened.
Yikes.
And when that happened, telegram poles everywhere just sparked off on fire because all this gamma radiation.
No
And that was
shit.
where all the electricity was. But it didn't go near as far south as it did this time. Like, again, to your point, way down there in Florida, they were seeing it. Now we got this technology everywhere. So Joe Rogan, he's like, "Hey, we're sounding the alarm. We're all doomed because this gamma ray, these gamma rays or gamma radiation is going to hit us here and just fry everything."
Huh.
And everything in Smoker's Lounge should be good because we are in a Faraday cage, which is a good place to be if you've got
It's right. It's the metal.
Yeah.
The metal will
an
protect.
EMP. So the In Progress Arcade, all the podcast gear, and most importantly, the stereo.
Yeah.
We should be good. Now the internet's maybe down, but
Yeah.
luckily I've got enough music on file in here.
Yeah.
He's got enough chopper tunes to get him through.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
The rest of the world's going to be in.
I mean, is that why?
Shambles.
Realistically, then my home
You're fine.
is
You'll be
completely-
good because you're metal building. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not.
Hell yeah.
I'm screwed.
put it in the shop,
Why?
so it's covered, bro.
It's got a shingle roof.
No, it doesn't. Totally got a metal roof in your shop.
My garage?
Your barn over there? That's a metal roof, isn't it?
Tar shingles.
Tar shingles, Bubba.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah, that was
I'm going to put
nuts.
the pictures I took, I think, on this episode as we were talking about this.
Yeah,
a minute
you should
ago,
do
because I
that.
took some dandies.
I hate how you guys rub it in.
We're not trying to rub it in.
And then I woke up.
You missed it.
And I woke up at
You missed
2
it.
a.m.
I missed the eclipse for work, and I
Yeah.
didn't get upset when people talked about it.
Yeah, because everybody's like, hey, this whole Northern Lights thing in Southern Indiana was better than the eclipse. There was some people saying that.
my wife said it.
I fully agree with
and I
them.
missed it because
I fully agree with them.
I
No matter
run this
where you look,
lifestyle where I don't sleep enough, and then I just run until I can't, and then I just freaking out.
and you may never see it again. We can go to Iceland as a podcast.
Well, and that was
They
what
said the last time that it was this
03,
5.
05.
Yeah. This,
20 years.
This category of, like, this was a G.
I don't remember hearing about this in 05.
This
I'd
was
have
a
been in
G- a
oh,
like the G8.
I was drunker than sin probably because it was college.
This was
Yeah.
a G8 category. And then I think
Like the Pontiac.
You wouldn't have been in college in 08?
05.
Oh, 05. That's right. You would have been in college in 05.
Yeah.
Partying like a rock star, baby.
I seen them one time on night shift when I was working at the mine. Like a normal night of
Aurora Borealis.
I thought it was pretty wild. Like Max noticed it right away when we left the Mexican joint. We were taking the Shirley boy home, and the warden met us up there. So she had the girls in a different vehicle going home. And we got right by the Holland Park, you know, and that stretch on 161. And Max is like, man, the sky's really green. And then Oev back in the back was like, yeah, what the heck is that? And then I'm like, I don't know. I can't see I can't see shit, you know, whatever. And then when we get to drop the Shirley boy off, J Money, Jizz Master.
Oh, god dang, jizz, man.
Jizz Master Josh, he comes running out of the backyard barefoot. He's like, you gotta look at this shit. Get your phone out, dude. Look at this shit. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, what? Like, what are we looking at? And he's like, dude,
Freaking
your
missed it.
iPhone, man.
You know what he should have said then? Something to the effect of D's nuts or something.
Yeah.
Like had the old Texas belt buckle going.
And he pulls his phone out, and his phone doesn't work because it was an Android, and it's like something with the resolution on his phone, like it wouldn't work. But like the iPhone, I don't know, man. Shout out,
Save some oxygen for the rest of us, big guy.
big old yawn there. It's the wine talking,
You know, and the worst.
Shout out Steve Jobs, but he had that shit figured out. Like it's
hell
almost like he
yeah.
knew that. Hey,
I was way
I'm
anti-Apple
going to make this camera work
because they locked it down.
strictly for the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
And that was some nutty ass shit.
Gosh dang, Aurora Borealis.
Pretty
I will
cool.
say this.
Check out the
So
picture
then the
here.
next night,
Oh, Saturday.
Yeah, but
Movie
it was
night,
Saturday, I
fire.
talked about it in
flop.
Wednesdays, and I sat out there. I was determined it was a nice night, anyways.
Yeah,
And like every 20 minutes, I'd have my phone
nothing.
looking,
I know.
and
They
I
pushed
just
it back to like 2 to 5 in the morning.
Yeah, but I woke up at 3.
Did you go and check?
Yeah,
And it wasn't nothing. I know. So Olivia and Justine's grandmother, Dina, they neither could hardly see anything from Huntingburg.
Well, did they use their phone?
Yes,
Okay.
but it was the light pollution where they were at. Like they couldn't really see it out there
We
on
don't need
out there on the hill, man. Like Justine, even went. I don't know if they crossed the road up on your driveway or before they came out to Shirley's and looked, but it was nutty, dude, because it was literally all the way around.
I can tell you that it was breathtaking.
Yeah,
God,
In
you
the
guys are assholes.
it
Fullest,
was nuts.
Anything to just
Enough with
enjoy.
that. Enough with that talk. What else?
Anything.
You got? What else?
Anything to just. Well, we had another rainy week.
Mm-hmm.
We did get to play baseball on
awful muddy.
Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just rained.
Thursday night, the JV boys put the spanking on Vincennes Alices there at League Stadium. That was good to see there.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
We went over to Ferdinand Monday night, and Evelyn played over there and tore it up, man. She had a hell.
She played well.
Yeah, another hell of a game. She got another stand-up double. Ended up little coaching mistake, and she doesn't really know how to slide very well.
We had somebody do that that night at the JV game.
Yeah, just didn't slide.
No, they attempted.
Well,
Looks bad.
Evelyn just doesn't slide, and she got thrown out on a pass ball
Ooh.
because she didn't slide. which we need to work on that, but that's okay. But
Pass balls will ruin a game.
yeah. But anyway, so we did that, and then it rained, and then I got sick, and I was off work for 2 days.
The funk.
Yeah, I finished that ghost show the other day when we were talking about on Wednesday's episode.
Still really surprised when I edited and relived you explaining how you are all in on ghosts.
That was Friday's show, wasn't it? That was Friday's show.
Yeah, that was Friday's show. But so I'm just saying we haven't talked to the Wanderers since then.
It really is surprising that I believe in ghosts.
100,000. Like there would be so many different things I'd put my paycheck on that are not Casey Lindemann believes in ghosts.
Why?
I don't know, man. Like you're just very
you're the
black
most
and
very
white.
literal human being I've ever met in my life.
But I would say that I am I try to be very spiritual, and
I'll buy that. I sometimes see that as well, I guess it depends on the context of spiritual. I feel like spiritual from a religion and ghosts don't necessarily jive.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, because I think a lot of ghosts are attached
the
to
Holy Ghost and like purgatory, Catholics, and that whole
but you don't have them just coming out like haunting you.
Knocking baseballs down the.
I saw
thing there.
a meme. You speak of purgatory. I don't know where I saw it, but it was probably come across, and it was they were waiting in line at the pearly gates, and they came up and said, "Hey, we're all full for the day. Sorry, but if anybody wants to take this phone and this charger down to purgatory and wait, then you'll be first on the list." And so this guy was like, "Okay, I'll do it." So he gets to purgatory, and phone doesn't have any service. No service in purgatory. And then all of a sudden Davey gets service and the phone dies. Because God said he would call him, and then no, just a little joke there. Pastor Dan may I don't know that Lutherans believe in purgatory.
No,
I think it's a Catholic thing.
Really. So here's one that's gonna blow your mind. Go ahead.
I just thinking of Pastor Dan listening to this and being like,
I know we talk about him on the show a lot, and I just have real mixed feelings of how Pastor Dan would think of me.
Oh no, he would be fine. He said I've invited him over, and he said we'll schedule it. We'll schedule it sometime. Have a real nice conversation. I think it'd be good.
Yeah,
be good.
We wouldn't be having any Snoop Dogg, Cali Red in between.
Oh, I bet we would.
We never know. Yeah, maybe we could even
shared a beer with Pastor Dan.
Shared a beer with him myself. Maybe we could get him
really?
to bless it, maybe or something like
Well, I don't know if he'd go that far.
Well, that's another.
He may not bless Snoop Dogg's 19th crime wine.
Yeah, the crunk wine, the crunk
that's
juice.
tough.
What about Harrison Butker's speech?
Oh boy.
I want to go here. I do. I want to go here. Bad.
Here's what I'll say.
Let's hear it, big.
I listened to it.
Marriage is easy.
Yeah, there's been a few
big Harrison Butker guy right here.
There's been a few people that were like, "Oh, really, asshole? Marriage is easy," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, when you marry a saint like I did,
life is what you make it."
Love you, honey.
Yeah. Damn boy.
Here's what I found. Like my TikTok was ablazed with women that were in doctoral graduation things, or masters, getting their hoods, whatever it is. Here's what I'll say. There's a silent majority to a lot of these issues that people don't even realize. And I think part of the problem of it is the reason there is a silent majority to a lot of these issues is because somebody fires off a TikTok or a tweet or this or that, being critical because they don't necessarily agree with it. And that's how you create this silent majority that people don't understand. Well, who would think Harrison Butker's right to say that? Well, there's probably a lot of people.
So I didn't watch it. What? Now, you kind of keyed me in. He said something like anti-feminism, right?
No, he was just advocating for the traditional home place.
Butker appeared as the commencement speaker last week at Benedictine College, a private Benedictine Cali. It's a private Catholic liberal arts school in Kansas.
Now, there's a twist you wouldn't expect.
And it
Private
said-
Catholic liberal arts.
It said that most of the women receiving degrees were probably more excited about getting married and having children. Butker also said some Catholic leaders were pushing dangerous gender ideologies into the youth of America. Like, the speech was very opinionated.
Sure,
He
he's throwing it out
he
there.
said that majority of you are thinking about like promotions and titles that you're going to earn in your career when you should really be, or he tied it into his own wife, saying that like she was excited about getting married and having children and basically becoming
And there's a lot of women that are.
becoming a homemaker, basically.
If we could talk my wife into letting me become a homemaker.
Like you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I don't know. I just think people are so quick to fire off because they disagree with that
Mhm.
opinion. But some of what he's talking about as well was a return to having that home nucleus unit.
Mm-hmm.
I support, like, my wife has a doctorate. I support it 110%. Like, I would never ever ask my wife to stay unless I was making like you money, where it's like, dear, I'm making $500,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for you to work. If you
Right.
want to go do a couple days, that's
Mhm.
great. But
He says, I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that a majority of you are most excited about getting married and having children, and you will bring children into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife would be the first to say that her life was truly started whenever she started living her vocation as a wife and a mother.
well, and he's speaking to an audience
Mm-hmm.
where that is probably true. He is not at Columbia where some jackass wagons freaking took over a building and then demanded food and water.
Yeah.
He's not speaking to, an audience at Stanford. He's not, because those places wouldn't have him because you
Right.
can't have an opinion
Right.
that's different than what they have.
Right.
So that's where contextually he's talking to a group where
He
Which I believe is absolutely common for a speaker to tailor their speech to the crowd.
Yeah.
yes,
So he did also throw rocks at Taylor Swift. Did you catch that? Like he made. I'm not factually prepared to say exactly what he said.
And that's what he loves about you.
but you're gonna throw it out there.
No,
anyways.
but he said something.
Just summarize.
He said something along those lines,
The gist.
and then he also brought like
Which lines?
having pride, like something about you're supposed to have pride, not like the deadly sword of pride that has a month dedicated to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
like he made that reference too.
Mm.
Here's my thing on the whole deal. I told Justine, I said we should stitch this video and just say, my wife makes more money than me.
Yeah.
And she's definitely looking forward to her next promotion. Here's my thing though. I think we are, now this is my opinion, of course. I think it would be a cold day in hell for someone of right and sane mind to think for one moment that they could potentially be successful. No, not successful. It's not the right word. I don't think you can have a wife. I don't think you can have a family of 5 or whatever, like my situation, and live the lifestyle that we live without a dual income household. I don't think for a minute. I don't think for a second. If we don't both work, we don't live the way we live.
And
not
that's
a
the thing.
chance.
So there's lots of folks that are probably living way less than what you are, and there's folks living way more than you are, and one of them doesn't work. But to struggle through middle class life, like you got to about have both people working.
Mm-hmm.
Well-
Now you go on to 8 or 10 kids, you might be able to get enough on the benefit side because
Well, yeah. There
income.
again, there's that whole other edge of that sword on that side. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is, I tell Jenna probably 4 times a week that she can just quit her job and we'll figure it out. Now the kids would be miserable.
Yeah.
they would definitely be living a lesser life than they are today.
Yes.
But I'd be pumped. Like, just like, hey, I get home and Jenna's there. Hey, babe, what's up? And then she'd be like, oh, hey.
No, she wouldn't.
She might.
No. She'd be like, get your bitch ass back to work. What are you home so early for?
These kids don't need no bats.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Gosh, guys, this Snoop Dogg wine, I only had like a glass of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a whole different thing. I think it's the sugars.
Yeah, it's definitely the sugar.
it is mixed with your testosterone.
But the thing, I don't know, like that's the thing that I wanted to discuss was like I don't think like so I worked in a predominantly male field, like I still do.
Chippendales.
No, I'm not an exotic male dancer. Which, by the way, I think there would be a market for it if I wanted
nice
to try.
tits.
Nice tits. Good Lord. Pretty good looking cock on you there, buddy.
Now, see, I don't know if Pastor Dan would be comfortable in this.
Well, probably not. But so what I'm thinking was when I worked at the mine, of course, there were a lot of those old school type fellers that were still working there.
Yeah.
And they were like, but now granted, we were making $100,000 a year. You know what I mean? And it's like, your wife don't need to be working. What the hell? Like, hey, what'd you bring for lunch today? Well, I don't know. Whatever my old lady put in my dinner bucket. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay. Really? And he's like, yeah. I ain't packed my lunch in 25 years. What the hell am I going to pack a lunch for? That's her job. And you need to tell your old lady she needs to stay at home, raise them kids, and shit like that. And I'm like,
you ever met my old lady?
You guys,
she beat your ass.
she beat the white off your ass, boy.
That's the thing. The thing is I just think those days are gone. You know what I mean? I really do. I really think
I disagree. I disagree because I think that there are. No, I'm saying there's. I don't disagree with the concept of what you're saying. I'm saying that there's that silent majority type that that are comfortable doing that, or
right.
Some of it is tougher because you can't afford to live and do that. I mean, everything's expensive.
Well, and that's the society that we're in, because the fact of the matter is people back in the day, it's not that they were making so much more money or everything was that much cheaper. It's just that you didn't desire all the things that people desire, like the newest cars and the newest this, and hey, we need to go on 6 vacations. It was
right.
Dad goes to work and comes home and he yells at us. If we're lucky, only half of us get beat, and then mom's crying.
He heads off down to the VFW to talk to his war buddies.
Yeah, like the damn, like in the Christmas Story, whenever Ralphie was commentating, whenever, Randy was eating like a piggy, you know what I mean? And she's like, I don't think my mom's had a hot meal in 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that whole thing, like even when we were kids, I mean, my mom, she'll listen to this and, think I'm a moron, but like, we didn't.
Where would that be any different?
Yeah, we didn't do. I didn't do dishes. I didn't do laundry.
That's why. Like when you tell me that, it's wild to me.
I didn't do dishes.
I grew up. My parents, like when we got done eating, it was you guys go get the dishes done.
No.
Make sure the floor's swept.
Negative.
Make sure you got the. This is one of the biggest things my wife and I disagree on. My wife will leave water on the counter, like after the dishes or something like that, because her response is it'll dry, and I'm like, no. You get that little hand towel, you dry that some bitch up, you put the hand towel back up. Why? It's just water. And I'm like, oh my God. Like that was one of our, we almost came to fisticuffs.
Yeah, I don't, that's
you can believe
speaking of old fashioned, I'll beat the hell out of that.
Yeah. Chauvinist much. I think that's probably one of my biggest downfalls of.
You don't make your kids do a thing?
No, that's not true.
Okay.
I think the thing with me is I struggle to do the cleaning,
maintenance,
not maintenance, the cleaning and the.
You clean at home though, don't you?
Not enough.
From her lens or your lens?
From hers and mine. I guess our lens. Let's just say our lens. But when I was a kid, like my mom, she did the laundry, she cooked, she cleaned, she did the dishes. She would get our laundry clean, fold it, and then she would put it on our steps. And then my steps, my room was upstairs. She would put a basket on my brother's bed. And
what do you get this woman for Christmas every year?
Yeah, I know.
It's not enough.
No, it's not. But it's like, it was our responsibility to put it away.
Oh
after,
boy,
after
that's a
that.
tough spot.
You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't, it's like I just think those days are gone, man. Like I really do.
100%.
I think they're gone.
But you're okay with that.
No. I mean, yes, I should be.
What if your daughters were like, hey, you think they need to be doing it all?
Do you think my daughters need to be what?
Would like
If
homemakers?
yes.
You think they need to be homemakers?
Yeah. Like,
Let's
what
say
if-
they decide they
Hell
want
no.
to.
I mean, yeah, then more power
That's
to
what
them.
that's what I'm saying. Like you're painting with this broad brush that it doesn't happen, but I'm telling you, I bet there's more in this
If
community.
you listen to his speech and
Now I've got to.
I mean, he came off a little chauvinistic. I'll just say that. I will say that. I will
Okay.
say that.
I mean,
Now
and
I
I'm
don't
not
want to. We're getting into some deep grass here,
And that's fine.
and I'm here.
Roll
for
your
it.
pant legs up, Bubba.
So I will agree with you that there may be people out there that still want that. Like I want to be a homemaker.
Like a real worshiper.
Maybe not even worshiper, but like, hey, let's just say that there's a percentage of the population, female population, that wants to be a homemaker. They don't want to have a regular job. They want to raise kids. They want to take care of the house. They want
Exactly.
to have supper ready.
Now,
And that's fine.
Mhm.
And I'm saying that's fine. That's good. The problem I have with that, I shouldn't say that. The hiccup I see with that, the bump in the road, is that when we think about a homemaker and we think about the 1940s or 50s where that was like considered a vocation,
Mhm.
I believe is the term used earlier. So the kids are in school for a bit, but there's no automated anything. It's all very manual.
Yes.
You're cleaning everything. You're going to stores. You're going to the grocery store. You're going to the fabric store. You're going to everything is a
Mhm.
chore. It's not outsourced anywhere. So I think that we have automated ourselves out of needing a homemaker because, I mean, let's face it. You got your kid leaving for school at 7 in the morning if they're riding a bus.
Mhm.
8 o'clock if you're going to take them. So let's say you're going to take them. So your day starts once them kids are past the age of 5. Your day starts at 8, and you head out and you take them kiddos to school and you drop them off at school for 3 hours. Pardon me, until 3, which is what, 6-7 hours.
Mhm.
So now you got the whole day to do your homemaking. But what needs done now? I mean, you got your dishes, you got your cleaning.
Mhm.
But you're not raising kids. You're not, I shouldn't say you're not raising kids. You're not like
Educating them
actively-
in the
You're
home.
not
Yeah, you're
rearing
not-
them all day.
yeah, there was someone else for the majority of the day. Most of the grocery shopping is done on the internet and gets delivered to the door.
Mhm.
The kids are gone so long through the day and through the weekend that the house isn't, I mean, our house is always in shambles, but we're gone with the kids at the same
Amen,
time.
Amen.
And I just feel like it's not as necessary or it's not as big of a burden as it once was. Oh man, that might be something that catches heat. That'd be good. That'd be some of that hate we don't get a lot of.
Mhm.
But I feel like there's just not as much use for a full-time home sitter,
Mhm.
family sitter.
My house looks like a frat house nine times out of 10.
No, it doesn't.
My house is
If you've ever spent any time in a fraternity house, your house is way cleaner than that.
that's crazy.
Way less semen.
The carpet's not as crunchy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, my kids, man, like my wife, it's like sometimes she needs to go to work for a break. You know what I mean?
But what I'm
Because of-
saying is, so say Justine didn't work.
Mhm.
She never went to school.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
she was just
God.
staying on top of these things.
Yeah,
It would not take more than an hour a day.
true.
The reason, because I'm in the same boat you are,
Yeah.
like all the time. Like Jenna works all day, I work all day.
Mhm.
The kids are gone. As soon as I get home, I maybe got 45 minutes before work, especially in baseball season, all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
We get home, homework, bed, get well rested so I can be out here till 1 o'clock in the morning for podcast night.
Mhm.
And then Friday night in bed by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But if Jenna were not working,
Mhm.
she would be busy for like 4 months
Mhm. Yeah.
catching up on all the bullshit of
Yeah.
16 years
Yeah.
of both of us working. But once you I feel like once you peaked that and got ahead of it,
Mhm.
it would be like, man, we need a good solid hour and a half a day.
That's what she always says too. Like if you could just stay ahead of it, you know what I mean? Like if you could just stay ahead of it, and whenever it does come time to pick up and clean and do all that other stuff, it ain't that bad.
Did I just cross the line with that whole thing? Like at first I thought this was really a liberating thing and like, hey, this is why it's not a big deal. But now I feel like it was probably pretty shitty.
No, I
It's
don't.
fine.
I don't
It's
think
fine.
it was shitty at all. No, I just think that
It's my
there
input.
are two drastically different groups or drastically different points of view when it comes to like
But they're all
the speech.
They're all based on a lifestyle that is decades old.
Yes,
It's not based on today's lifestyle.
right, and I'll agree with you there.
Well, I mean,
This is why you got to have 3 people on a podcast.
Yeah.
well, but
2 people can agree, but there's never going to
no,
be.
no, no, no. I don't disagree with what you're saying,
No,
But
I'm saying this makes good content.
Yeah.
I like it.
or we'll see. But I think like the point maybe of some of it is like if that lifestyle that people want to live is what they want to do, there's no shame in it.
Right.
My
100%.
problem of all of it is
100%.
these women coming out flashing their degrees
Yes.
and saying, "Well, you want me to stay home and raise your kids?" Well, someday you may get to a point
Yeah.
where you miss the boat on all that
Yep.
and you die a lonely old lady.
Yep.
And you know what? That's on you. And if it doesn't bother you, that's fine.
Exactly.
But I don't give 2 shits.
No.
I don't give 2 shits what makes Harrison Butker's house run.
Yeah.
If it's his wife and her taking care of 6 kids
Right.
and he goes to a Latin mass, hey, more power to you, pal. Like it's just, but it's not our lifestyle. But the problem of it is people are so quick to say, "See, here's my degree.
Opinionated.
Yeah, I'm this, I'm
too-
that." Well, you
yes.
know what? Some of you that are just graduating from shit, you ain't rolled your sleeves up and gotten into the profession or the world
No.
for you to be an expert on anything. Because at some point, like you being right now, 21, 22, 23, let's say you got your doctorate, you're 25, 26. Yeah, you probably don't want anything to do with freaking kids right now.
No.
But you hit 30, you hit 31, 32, 35, and all of a sudden the biological clock says, "Hey, were we ever going to have a baby?" And then it's like, that ship sailed. Because there's also studies that come out and say, you'll see them every once in a while where it's like, women that get into their late 40s regret not having children and going through that IVF process to try to have children.
Don't want to miss your window.
Well,
You know, it seems to me like maybe what we're missing here on this whole thing is just,
we're not multi-million-dollar NFL players that can
Amen.
provide a lifestyle.
Amen.
If I was a millionaire, he doesn't have to go to freaking work.
Right.
He works 6 months a year.
Right.
And he probably does all of his workouts at home.
Yeah.
And if they live close to the facility there at Kansas City,
Yeah.
it's like he's got a 9 to 5.
I think that's the whole point of this is like you said in your statement earlier, it's like if you like you said, if you made FU money and
Yeah.
even though Janelle has a doctorate, stay home. But I think the thing I'm trying to drive at is the cost of living and the amount of money that it takes to afford
We're
to
all
live.
talking about the same thing. We're just saying a different
Right, and I agree.
argument of what it
Exactly.
is.
and I think what the big picture would be is on what you just said and what you just said that make everybody happy is that the fact of the matter is that our society has let us get to a point to where one income cannot make it. And who cares if it's the mom staying home all the time or the dad? Like what would be ideal is that, okay, in young years while mother is with child, hey, babe, stay home. I got this. But you know what? When kids hit high school and start driving and we got sports or whatever's going on, and we got 3 boys in the house going through the changes they go through, tell you what, babe, you got that degree. Why don't you go hit the old workforce for a few years here and let old dad, man.
I'll stay at home and clean the curlies off the porcelain. sheet.
Yeah. Take care of the
Don't you worry.
bullshit.
I-
You go get some time with the gals, grab a margarita after work.
Here's
I'll
the
stay here
reality.
and beat these kids.
There's 3 dumbasses sitting at this table that if our wives came home and said, "Hey, honey, you don't have to go to work anymore," we'd all be like,
Sold.
"Sweet."
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
I
We're going to
guarantee
go
ya,
up to 4 episodes a week.
I'd have the best looking yard on 1025. I guarantee you that.
Well,
We would team mow everything.
Yeah,
I
we-
got to go help them mow.
Yeah,
They'll be here to
gotta
help
go
me
help
on
them.
Tuesday.
I mean,
Tandem.
and you can't say anything at these speeches anymore without it being confrontation. Like I saw There was a photo circulating online, somebody graduating for Columbia that walked across the stage handcuffed in nylon handcuffs to get their degree.
Yeah.
Like, you really want to take that moment to make this statement that nobody gives two shits about what you're doing.
What the hell was it? All the like the people that are like bandwagoner protesters for this Palestinian and Israeli conflict that's going on. And like the one guy he was an actual I think he was an Israeli national, and it was on some college campus, and he was absolutely destroying this kid who was supposed to be like pro-Palestinian.
But they don't know.
And he was like, "What, that thing that you're wearing, I can't remember what it was called, his garment or whatever." He said, "Where did you get that?" And he's like, "Well, it's from Palestine." He's like, "No way, dude. They're the opposite color. That's actually from Israel. You know, they wear that, you know." Well, I mean, it's you know, whatever. I just think it's funny because people just any boat they can get on, they're going to get on it. You know what I mean? Like any wagon they can ride, they're going to get on it. You know, so
yeah,
I just think that's the world we live in.
And at the end of the day, that Wondering Dutchmen are a big you do you boo crew.
That's
you
right.
Just do it.
And we're unqualified to talk about a lot of this shit.
Whatever
we talk about.
Whatever.
But that's what happens when three fat guys drink on a school night.
Whatever tugs your wagon there, bud.
That's really true.
Exactly.
That's really true. Which, speaking of that, maybe we ought to take pause.
We should.
For the cause.
Hey, Wonders. You've heard Mace talking about it for a few weeks now, but we wanted to be sure you got it. Talking about Courage for Courtney. Our friend Courtney Drew has been diagnosed with cancer and needs our support. To help ease the financial burden of treatment and everything else, some awesome folks are hosting a fundraiser on July 13th from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Venue 1408 in Huntingburg. It'll be an awesome evening with live music, dinner, dancing, a silent auction, and a bake sale. It's going to be a fun night for everybody involved, but most importantly, it'll be helping a great family get through a really tough time. Can't make it? Well, don't forget there's an online store. Look below for the link or scan the QR code that you see on your screen right now. Now, these are pre-orders, so you can order at any time, but the orders will be sent off to production in batches. You'll be given information on your batch and pickup options when you order. Let's rally together and show the power of community.
All right, here we go. We're back. Before we get into the rest of the show, Catering by Meyer wants to remind you that don't be that graduation party.
A real conversation, probably recently had. Can you believe Susie is graduating this month? Well, no, I sure can't. But I can believe that I'm calling Catering by Meyer to handle the menu for her graduation party. Don't be that graduation party that everyone talks about, and not in a good way. They're booking up now and filling quick. Don't let Susie down. Plan the menu with the help of the experts at Catering by Meyer.
I could go for some Catering by Meyer right now.
Man, those wings. Golly. I had to say wings. I went to the Gaslight today for supper, and I only ate half of my sandwich.
What's it like to be a sad sack of shit with a baby back
The
there?
other half's in the truck, isn't it?
No, it's at home.
Oh.
I knew you were going to say, what's it like to be a bitch? I'm glad you threw baby back in front of it. It really makes me feel it.
Yeah, it really makes you feel good. Hey, it is time for Brad O's Three Big Things, brought to you by our friends at Merkley and Sons.
Welcome to Brad O's Three Big Things for the week, sponsored by Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. The Merkley's ad has been heating up. Just at the end of April, they had smoked wieners, seasoned patties, fresh pork tenderloin, and the flavored brats on sale. Stop in and see the fellas today. Tell them the Dutchman sent you.
All right, here we go. Three big things for the week of May 12th. 48. Dave, 48.
That's how many states are in the contiguous.
That's at least how many restaurants Red Lobster is abruptly closing.
I know.
According to a leading restaurant liquidator conducting an online auction of the chain's kitchen equipment, furniture, and other contents, Red Lobster is reportedly considering filing for bankruptcy protection. The company has tapped a restructuring expert as its chief executive, a possible indicator of an impending bankruptcy. I knew the never-ending shrimp deal was a bad idea. Which they actually blame
Good
that
call
some on
there.
that.
All these years of that
So-
endless shrimp.
I check my hometown news every morning at work, and Richmond, Indiana is not getting their Red Lobster.
Is the one in Evansville closing?
I don't know.
I hope not.
Me too.
I'm a Red Lobster fan.
Dude.
That
I know
used to be Jenna and I's go-to date night.
Yeah.
I bet it
We
was.
haven't been
Like
in
that was like
8 years.
going out to eat fancy.
You know what we should do? We should take our old ladies down to Red Lobster together one night.
Oh, God.
Like we all go
dang.
down to Red Lobster.
That would be
But we
so-
shouldn't tell them we should just meet there.
Yeah.
Hey, we got kids taken care of. We just got to go.
Hey, we
like,
got.
hey, you want to go get? Let's run down to Evansville. Get
I gotta
something.
go
You wanna-
pick up something down in Evansville for Papa Frank.
You wanna
Like
go-
we just need to go get
go
it.
get
He's-
something to
he's
eat.
not able
Like,
to.
hey, what are you guys doing?
Like time
What
it
are
where-
they doing here, those cameras?
Like
Yeah.
time it where we all pull in together, get hammered at Red Lobster.
Cheddar
on,
bait. So Justine and I did that one time.
Got hammered at Red Lobster
on accident because it was like
On accident.
no, because like we had no intentions because obviously we live an hour away. You know what I mean? And it was like, oh shit, what are we gonna do now? We just ate a whole bunch more biscuits, dried up real quick. But my God, you know how many attitude adjustments I got in the bathroom from my old man when I was a kid? Like, if you don't straighten the up, we're at a goddamn Red Lobster. This is a nice place to eat.
Steakhouse.
This is a nice place to eat, and you go in there and you leave your brother alone. Damn it, you know what I mean?
Zoli's for rich.
I-
Long John's for rich people.
That's like. It was a sad day whenever I think it was, I can't remember when Justine and I were still young, but it's like the first time we ever seen somebody wearing sweatpants in Olive Garden, we were like, well, son of a bitch. There it goes. You know
I will say this on a serious note. Janelle and I, we ate down there for something. I think we had a gift card and it was just us. And I told her, I said, like it's wild.
It's
but-
changed, man.
well, it's
everything has changed.
It's changed,
It's
but
so
it was one of those
crazy.
things like when we did back to school shopping or we were down there in Evansville with mom.
Yeah.
Like we ate lunch
Red
at Red
Lobster.
Lobster all the time. And I told her, I said, we used to get mozzarella sticks
Oh,
for
yeah.
appetizers. And,
Mhm.
I can remember, like, I just,
Dude,
like, you look back on little stuff that you take for granted so much.
We would-
and it's just,
we would talk the waiter or waitress into like when you ordered the scampi and there was only like 5 or 6 tails in each one of them little boats of butter. And like we would talk them into, hey, what do you think about like putting a double order in one boat? Just save you some time. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, you can get it done. And
Yeah.
then like dipping those cheddar bay biscuits in that butter. I sound like a real fatty fat, but
we
I'm
did,
a big fan of Red Lobster.
We
Dead
did.
lobster is what the old man calls it.
Hell yeah.
but it's, it's, I don't know, just one of those things like weird memories of your
Mhm.
childhood.
Yep.
You get done shopping and, you go eat lunch and just, I don't know.
Can you remember what you predominantly would get at
Whatever the fried platter was.
Yep.
Admiral's Feast?
Yep. That's
And I'd
about-
always get a Wild Turkey 101 and Coke.
Oh,
That was my drink back in the day.
Wow.
wow. There
Jeez
we go.
Louise. Nothing better than to wash down all that fried food.
Dude,
man. Damn old
Wild turkey.
101.
Uh, yeah, we had. It's just one of those weird things. Memories. Roblox has 70 million users, but it still has to prove itself on Wall Street. The wildly popular gaming platform reported its first quarter earnings today. Read why analysts and investors remain moderately optimistic. What the heck is Roblox? I got no idea.
Never heard of it.
I believe it's a game similar to Minecraft, I think. Like, I think it's...
Roblox.
Yeah,
Roblox.
Yeah.
I believe is what that is.
No clue. Not a gamer. New Lord of the Rings film coming in 2026.
No shit.
What?
The Oscar-winning team behind the nearly $6 billion blockbuster Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies is reuniting to produce 2 new films. So where do the Dutchmen stand on the Lord of the Ring movies?
all
in.
all in, man.
This is not
Are we
going
going to have a
surprise you, but
Dutchman
I'm
viewing party?
No, not with me in attendance. Haven't seen a
Well-
single one of them. Haven't read the books. It'll probably be some trash remake because Hollywood sucks right now. So I'm out.
I feel like you're quick to say Hollywood sucks. I'm not going to say I'm quick to disagree, but sooner or later it's got to stop sucking, and
No.
you'll never know if you
No.
don't go.
It's brutal. It is brutal. There's not
What
a chance.
is?
Hollywood.
No.
They make shit. They make shit. But that's all part of it. And there we go. So that is Brad O's 3 big things for the week, sponsored by Merkley and
Hey,
Sons.
You know what it's going to be?
What?
The hunt for Gollum. Anticipates releasing in 2026.
Yeah.
Dang. I guess he never did kill over, did he?
Gollum. Gollum.
Yeah, I've not seen any of them. Here we go. We've got a People's Wonder. With the summer holiday coming up, do you guys have any unique travel destinations and or scenic drives in the good old Midwest region?
No, I don't have any time off. I'm out of PTO. Had surgery.
That's a tough spot.
Yeah, we're not going on vacation until at least next spring.
Why didn't you just get on FMLA?
I did, but the city has this awesome.
Oh,
talk
you
about
gotta
it.
Got to take the PTO first.
Oh,
Actually in
come work at the resort.
And
Doesn't work that way.
Concurrently.
concurrently.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
Mhm.
That's a tough spot. Dave, any
No, nothing like routine. Pardon me. Sorry for the yawn. It's just that fire taking all the oxygen from that candle. No, we don't have anything we regularly do. I don't think. I don't think we'll be doing a vacation this year either. We're going to do some family time, but nothing like extravagant.
for local like Midwest, very underappreciated. Get up into Michigan, especially northern Michigan. Get past up the west coast there. You can go to the northeast part of Michigan, but don't dip your toes too far down in the waters to where you get north of Detroit. Very pretty up there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've got a time, if you're looking for like a weekend getaway for
I'd like to check out that Torch Lake up there.
beautiful,
It is cool.
but
Never seen it, just photos.
super clear, super nice. But get up there, Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, surprisingly, you can
Now,
get
does this question just ask if you're going or where would you?
where
Oh.
like destinations here in the Midwest.
Oh,
Like you talk about going to Garden of the Gods in Illinois. Like that's a pretty
The Boogie is in July. You got Hog Rock in October. Plumbers Creek Rally Run in July as well.
but I heard you got something for sale, Dave.
no, he doesn't. It's a freaking farce.
That's all getting cut out.
I would. I don't know, man. I don't know. Bloomington. It's
You
pretty,
get into some parts of Kentucky.
yeah.
I don't think there's any place to drive to. It's more about the drive, but I think Indiana offers lots of nice curvy roads.
Mm-hmm.
And we got enough state parks everywhere and state highways that are not in any worse shape than any other roads.
Yeah, Lincoln's nice.
Well, yeah, but you can take like we took a little motorcycle ride
Yeah.
down Indiana 66, kind of skirting along the Ohio River. That was a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
deal there. There's lots of that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty country down
Yeah,
there.
there it is. Hey, don't be upset that it's over. We hope you have a great Friday. If you're listening to this on Friday morning,
Yeah.
we hope you have a great day. Whenever you're listening to us, we hope you have a good day
Yeah.
or you've had a great day and you're sitting down with us. We appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe everything we're on, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, over on TikTok, Instagram, whatever it may be. Find us, Spotify, help us out. We appreciate it. But it is now time for the last pass, brought to you by Hopf Outdoor Power.
The Last Pass is proudly brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power. Big Mace has a Cub Cadet, Esquire has a Kubota Zero Turn, and Smoke has a Kubota B-Series tractor. You could say we're big fans of what Hopf Outdoor Power has to offer. It's time to mow responsibly and upgrade your rig. Want to mow quick, save some time, get a Zero Turn. Need something a little more than a lawn tractor? Check out their Kubota compact tractors today. No time like the present for an upgrade.
All right, big fella, what's on your mind to wrap up the week?
Well, I always say peace, love, and positivity. So that's kind of a gimmick. not a gimmick, but a given.
It's your thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing I just do. But anyway,
War, hate, negativity.
yeah, raise hell, praise Dale. I don't know. Keep your stick on the ice. Have a good weekend.
You say that a lot too.
Coming up, well, David
me that
does.
says that.
David
Oh,
does
it's you
that.
that
I'll
does
steal
it.
it this
Yeah.
time. Keep your
Okay.
stick on the ice. If you can't find you handsome, at least you can find you handy.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. This will come out Memorial Day weekend, right?
Oh, shit. I got a couple days of PTO.
That's right. Yeah. Be careful.
Going to be on the river camp with the Ritters.
Memorial Day responsibly. Don't drink and
That's
drive.
right.
Do the watermelon crawl.
Peace, love, responsibility. Don't let your meatloaf. Enjoy the weekend. I guess next week I'll just do 2 topics on this one, since I never got to bring up what I was wondering about.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Oh, we never covered mine.
Oh,
Blew right by me, but it's fine.
Well, we don't do topics for the second
Oh,
hour. We
no,
just
we-
second Friday show. We just talk.
Thinking about what are you thinking about?
Oh shit, Dave.
That's fine. I'm already over it. Like
All right.
I had this Snoop Dogg wine.
Yeah. Luckily.
Oh boy.
You ever
That's all I
think it
got.
sound crazy? Sure, shit says it right there.
Who uses show notes?
Missed that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, what you got there, beautiful?
Hey, big thank you to our partners in doing this. Big thank you to you guys spending your Thursday night to record. That big thank you to our wives. Not a whole lot. I mean, I think that May is gone. We're into June, which is wild. I don't know where the year has gone so far, but we've had a blast doing it. And, to all those youngsters graduating high school, this is not, high school is not meant to be the best days of your life. When people say that, I think they're full of shit.
Oh, peaked early.
Yeah, that's the old peak early statement of, the high school is the best days of your life. Not at all. There's a lot of great days ahead. Be a productive member of society. Find something you like doing. Don't be afraid to do something different. College isn't for everybody.
That's right.
Don't
Trade
be
school.
afraid to do something wrong.
Yeah, make some mistakes.
The
That's what
world
life's
is your
about.
Oyster.
Yeah, that's a
shuck
good
it.
one too. So to those going through graduation, congratulations. That's exciting. But you really accomplished something that a lot of people do. So just
Way to take the wind out of their sails.
you know,
98% of the population's done it, you saps.
hey, maybe somebody will want me to do a graduation
You
speech.
should. You'd be a great
Yeah,
deal.
hey,
Can't you?
it would be good. But with that, big thank you, St. Anthony Tire and Auto, our buddy Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance. Courage for Courtney,
There it
our
is.
girl there.
Nailed
Lift her
it.
spirits up.
That's right.
Say a little prayer.
She's gonna
You're friends with her. Send her a message. Every little bit helps. Let her know we're thinking about her. Some cool things there on that silent auction and their benefit coming up on July 13th. Good vibes for that situation. And then our friends Catering by Meyer. As we get talking, we'll be getting closer to Bombers baseball, or we'll be some this summer.
That's right.
Yeah, spend a little
wrapping
bit
up
of time out.
the high school season. And you never know. Maybe some fans of the show from Bombers will stop in and talk to us. Local product, Mick Ubler. He's a fan of the show.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll stop by and tell us about his first year at Oakland City and what he hopes to get out of this summer. But very lucky, very blessed, even though I missed the northern freaking lights. With that,
Dutchman.
Dutchman out.